Okay, ERP and non-ERP, of course, it has a certain set of advantages. And we are talking about uh, ERPs like SAP, of course, it is centralized. It has a uniform and synchronized outlook, okay, look and feel. So SAP is about tables and tables. For example, if you look at Mara, SAP, and looking at SAP as a consultant, we should have deeper knowledge of tables. And that comes when we go into the details of the table. Now, general material data, this actually is used at various places like material master, material management, in inventory management, in sales and distribution module. And so material data is used everywhere. So there is a table, a central table, transparent table, and we can use these table fields from this table. These are fields that will be used. And what are these fields? For example, uh, material number, name of the person, and so on. So we'll be using these fields, one, not all of them, but as per our requirement. For example, material group, material type, not all of these, because there are many, like 339 fields are there, and we are looking at some of these. Okay, base unit of measure, this is one of the most important. Okay, purchase order unit of measure, this is also important. So SAP ABAP is about working with tables, and it's not difficult to work with tables. Now this is billing document. This is used in SD, material master, also in material management. Okay, we have fields like billing type, FKRT, billing category, sales organization, and so on. Okay, EKKO, EKK0. Now what is this table? Let me just tell you. Display EKK0 is not. Okay. Okay, now this is purchasing document header. This is coming from material management. We have fields like purchase document type, status of purchase. Now these basically are the beauty of the tables, that you can work with these tables. Inside from the table, functional consultants cannot actually work with these tables. So you have the access. Okay. SC93 is where you actually study the source code of the program. We're not going into this. It will sound a little bit difficult, but what I'll do, I'll just write a code. Okay. This is the code. So I will go to SE38 over here, ZT69, 30th April. ABAP code 1, create ZT69. ABAP code 1, 30th April, executable. Now, speaking of this, now why ZT? Z is basically whenever you're writing a custom code, SAP allows either Z or Y when an external code is being inserted and being written in ABAP. Other alphabets are used by SAP for standard codes, and there, with these tables that we have discussed, there are many tables. There is a standard code which has been maintained by SAP. So If you want to create a code, a separate code of our own, a customized code, then it will allow us to start the name of the program with Z or Y. Okay. Now, what is this type of program? It will be executable program or include module, function, subroutine. We'll discuss all of these in the later, but right now it's executable. We'll execute and run it. Authorization group is for users. That certain user group will be able to use it. Application, whether we are making it for asset accounting or some other module like financial accounting, human resources, and so on. Local database is basically for HCM, where we connect with the local database, and local or logical database basically is used in HCM customization. Okay, we'll save it and it will give us package. Now, package is where all your code logic transports are managed and transported to the next server, that is quality server or production server. Okay, local object, and we will write a very simple program and then we'll wrap up this lecture. It is an easy code because we will go step by step and we will write the code as it's made for people from the functional side. Okay. So let it load. Okay. Here it is. Now, whenever SAP code is starting, okay, it starts with the keyword report because this is going to execute at the end and show results. But there will be other formats as well. And every syntax of SAP ends with a full stop. This is part of the syntax we should know. What is syntax? Syntax is basically the language, lingo, practice. Okay. Now, any word which is in blue is a keyword from SAP. And if you want to understand the language of SAP ABAP, of course, we must have this in mind that it's pretty much simple and instruction based like English and SQL. Okay. Now, data, when it is in blue, it means it is a keyword. And what I'm trying to instruct to SAP is that, look, I am defining something that will carry data, like a car carries passengers. So this is a car called data. It will carry data and its name will be V result and it will be of type I. Now there are passengers for different kind of passengers, commercial passengers, domestic passengers, okay, or business passengers, right? So this is type I. I over here means integer. This is the type of the data that will ride in this car called V result. V means here is variable. This is a practice just to show another coder that this what is actually being defined over here is a variable. Now, variable is a bucket, it's a car, it's a vehicle, and it will only accept data type or passengers of type integer. Integer is numbers, right? Next comes in parameters. Now, parameters are input parameters. It will take input from the user, from the viewer, okay? From anyone who's using this program. And field, again, we have added P, which means it will be a parameter. And this vehicle is called field. Okay, this vehicle or variable. We call it variable, but we'll call it vehicle or a car, which will carry parameters of type integer. Same goes for another field or another parameter or another variable or another vehicle, which is also of type I. Okay. I can also add a comma so that it shows that there is a continuation, but every logic sentence will end with a full stop. That is a practice. Okay. So next is the logic. Over here, a result is being computed. What I'm giving the logic to SAP like that, look, result vehicle will be the result of field 1 and field 2 parameters. Whatever we give, it will be multiplied and it will be produced and stored in this, and then we'll produce the output with the write. Okay, write v result. Whatever's computer is written. Check. No errors. Activate. And direct processing. Now, P field, let's say 520 to 10. So that will be 5,200. Execute. So 5,200. Now, automatically it is giving comma. How it is giving this comma, we'll discuss this in the next lecture.